You know, we spend a lot of time talking about diet and exercise for healthy aging. But what if one of the biggest risks for seniors has nothing to do with any of that? What if it's a risk that builds up silently every single night while you're fast asleep?
So let me just ask you this. Could your sleep position, the way you lie in bed, actually be harming your brain? It sounds a little dramatic, doesn't it? We spend about a third of our entire lives asleep, but we almost never stop to think if our simple habits in bed could be affecting our brain health.
And that's what's so sneaky about this. For folks over 60, this risk can build up without any warning signs. There's no pain, no alarm bell going off. You can feel perfectly fine, but for months or even years, certain sleeping positions can quietly increase your risk of a stroke.
So why is age the magic number here? What's the big deal about being over 60? Well, as we get older, our blood vessels, they just lose their youthful elasticity. They get a bit stiffer, less able to adapt to the simple force of gravity over an 8-hour stretch. And that makes our brains a lot more vulnerable. This quote from our source really gets to the heart of it. Think about a brand new, flexible garden hose versus a stiff, old one that's been out in the sun for years. That loss of flexibility in our blood vessels means a sleeping position that was totally harmless at age 30 can now create a real traffic jam for blood flow at 65.
So, what are these seemingly innocent habits we're talking about? Let's break down 7 really common sleep routines that could be putting you at risk. And you might be surprised. You might find you're doing some of these every single night without even thinking about it.
Yep, we're gonna look at 7 of them. Some are about your body position, and others are more about your sleep environment. But the bottom line is, each one can contribute to an unstable situation for your brain overnight.
First up, sleeping flat on your back. Now you might think this is great for your spine, and it can be, but for your brain, it's kind of like trying to drain a sink that doesn't have a slope. Gravity can't help pull blood away, and in those older, stiffer vessels, it can cause things to back up a bit.
Okay, next, sleeping face down. To breathe, you have to twist your neck sharply to one side, right? Well, holding that position for hours is like putting a kink in a hose. It can actually restrict the vital flow of blood to the back of your brain. So this isn't just about waking up with a sore neck, it's about potentially starving your brain of oxygen.
And if you are a stomach sleeper, listen up. If you wake up with these kinds of symptoms, a stiff neck, maybe some dizziness when you stand up, or you feel a little off balance for a while, please don't just dismiss it as a bad night's sleep. These could be your body's early warning signs that your brain circulation is getting compromised overnight.
Number 3 is a classic comfort habit, pulling the covers over your head. It feels so cozy, doesn't it? But what you're really doing is creating a little bubble of stale air. Hour after hour, you're rebreathing your own carbon dioxide, and over time, that can make your blood thicker and your circulation a bit sluggish.
And then we have the recliner. Now, a little nap in the chair is fine, but sleeping there all night, every night, is a long-term risk. See, that sharp bend at your hips and knees can act like a dam, causing blood to pool in your legs and increasing the risk of dangerous clots forming.
We've all woken up with that pins and needle feeling of a dead arm. But as we get older, that's actually a signal of a more serious issue. The constant pressure from tucking your arm under your head restricts blood flow not just to your arm, but to and from your brain.
This next one isn't about a single position, but a whole pattern. Constant tossing and turning is more than just annoying. Each abrupt shift is like revving a car engine over and over, causing these unpredictable spikes in your blood pressure that put a lot of stress on the delicate vessels in your brain. And our final risk, having a heavy meal or alcohol right before you go to bed. A big meal diverts a ton of blood to your stomach to handle digestion, essentially stealing it from your brain. Then alcohol goes and messes with your body's blood pressure controls. Together, they create a really chaotic environment for your brain's circulation, right when it needs to be resting and repairing.
Okay, so we've laid out all the risks. I know, it's a lot. But this isn't about making you afraid to go to sleep. It's about giving you the knowledge to sleep smarter. So, what are the safest ways to protect your brain overnight? Let's talk solutions.
The good news is, you don't need expensive gadgets or some crazy lifestyle overhaul. The most powerful changes are actually really small, simple adjustments to how you position your body. It's all about small changes, big impact.
So here you can see the simple swap. Instead of lying completely flat where gravity is kind of working against you, a gentle head elevation lets gravity work for you, helping blood flow out of your brain. And instead of sleeping face down and twisting your neck, just sleeping on your side with a nice neutral spine keeps those vital arteries open and clear.
So really, we're looking at 2 gold standard positions here.
For side sleepers, a pillow between the knees is a total game changer. It keeps your hips aligned and takes pressure off your lower back. And if you prefer sleeping on your back, gentle elevation is key. Think support, not propping yourself way up high.
So how do you put all this into practice? Well, I want you to think of this not as a set of strict rules, but as your own personal roadmap to taking control of your long-term brain health, starting as soon as tonight.
And I really want to stress this again. The goal here is absolutely not to add another worry to your list. It's to empower you with knowledge. Just understanding how your body works now and how you can support it, that is the most powerful tool you have.
We can boil this entire explainer down to 2 simple steps you can take tonight. First, just be aware. Pay attention to your natural go-to sleeping position. And second, make one small, gentle tweak. Don't try to change everything all at once. Just add a pillow, or try shifting to your side. That's it. That's all it takes to start.
This quote from our source material really says it all. You are not powerless. Small adjustments can make a meaningful difference in protecting your brain. Every single night, you have an opportunity to actively participate in your own brain health.
So, as you get ready for bed tonight, just ask yourself, which one of these habits really resonated with you? Recognizing it is the first step, and changing it, well, that could be one of the most important things you ever do for your long-term health. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.